Alrighty, PG-13. Now, there's a few action figure lines. This is in the Navy. So this is one figure from in the Navy. And then there is also call sign longbow. Now, I don't know how well these figures are going to come in here. But there's 4 there. Another 4 there. So, I did not get this one. I was trying to order it, but I don't know what happened. So anyways, I ended up ordering probably about 13 figures or so. Now there's the Krasny Ninja. Krasny. There is the henchman. I definitely got a couple of those. I think I got a couple of Marauder Troopers. I don't know how well this will come in for the camera, but we're just going to have to do that. Did not order this guy, but you know, it would be nice to maybe get him after. Did order this one, and that is the Steel Web Shock Trooper Ghost, and obviously there is Outlaw. Ooh. This is the Shock Trooper here. Does look pretty cool. Shock Trooper. What else we got here? I did order Uptown. I did order, I think, 3 of these Spetsnaz guys. And there is Lancer. And there is Alexei Reznov. And then for the Indian Navy, I showed you that other one. Now I got, I think, 4 of these guys, so probably one of these is a double. And then I think 6 sailors. And I don't know how well that's going to come in here, but these sailors are pretty cool. And then there was the Marine. I only got 1 of the Marine, but he's definitely ordered. He was unlocked. Now I wish Carson would clarify exactly how many figures we're getting for the line, because I know this and this one, I don't think they're coming this time, but if Carson can clarify from 3D Joe's what we're getting. He says 18 figures, but then there's this one, I think, in the Night Force, and then there's this leader here, so I don't know what we're getting, if we're getting 19 figures or 18 figures. So if anybody knows, Carson from 3D Joe's, maybe he can clarify. And then, you know, this is General Morfito. Oh, Salty Dang. This guy's the mechanic. He's obviously cool. This line across the eyes I would remove because it's not going to paint out well. It reminds me of that Night Creep leader. That just ruins the eyes. And fans should have some feedback, because if Carson goes with this, I mean, you know, I'm not going to like that. I'm going to try to use some paint thinner to remove that. It just looks kind of crappy. Otherwise, the rest is awesome. But like having a line across her face, doesn't look too cool. Now, no, that just, you know, if you would have given her some glasses, maybe that would have been cool. Then you don't have to do the eyes. But maybe you could do that. See what she looks like with a pair of glasses on. Anyways, this guy looks pretty fantastic. But again, Carson should also ask, like, people when he's doing his picks for the colors, what people like the most. Like, again, this guy looks pretty cool, but this white would have been better maybe in a green or a brown. I don't know about a blue. It just doesn't fit with the Russians. But anyways, you know, like, this is cool. I can't really pronounce that word. So we've got Weird Jackal. And you can just take a look. Now I'd recommend go to 3D Joe's. I don't know about that pink scarf. It should be red. Definitely red would be a better fit. Then there's Run Back Pack Dog. I forget, there's more to the names. Oh, that is, I think, the snake shark. This is the tiger shark. Tiger shark. You might have to change the name Tiger Shark. That might be a G.I.Joe name, because it's a vehicle name. Just telling you, someone might be setting you up here. So you're going to have to change the Tiger Shark to, well, you never know, it's a vehicle name, this is a figure, so I guess you can get away with that. And plus, anything you change 25%, Hasbro can't do nothing about. Just like they did with with the, what's his name there, from Star Wars. Anyways, Clank and Tank. There's Bear Claw. Shush. It's got the same kind of pattern as Storm Shadow version 2. Now the Dark Reaper Officer, that looks pretty cool. Soul Eagle, Sogrera would have been sounding cooler. Damsey, that looks nice. The Cardivers, Breacher, and Hellhound. So there is a lot of figures here. There's 21 it shows. So I don't know which ones we're going to get right away. But when you go look at that, I mean, I don't know. I think Carson should ask people for inputs for the color schemes. Because some colors just don't fit like a Russian. A Russian would be like black and gray. Or like a camouflage. It would have a Russian pattern camouflage. And we know like Doug Hart, who's one of the artists that does a lot of stuff. I think the other guy, Sun, does a lot of the artwork too. Oh, I forget people's names, so I'm not doing this on the spot. But anyways, so there's Operation Recall, Call Sign Longbow, and we also have Hidden Legends. Now, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store and pre-order, and I think it was like, for Canadian wise, it'll end up being like $37 a figure, but I don't know how well these are going to come in here. But there is 13 figures, and I think that works out to be $481, so plus then shipping. And then they'll hit us with duty fees, because that's just how it is. They've got some cool ninjas here. And this is a martial arts line, or a ninja line. And just like, look at these fantastic looking figures. I mean, that looks great. So I might have to get down on this Hidden Force and do some pre-ordering here. So they do have 13 figures in this line here, and I think that was it. But you can pre-order them at Big Bad Toy Store, $25.99 American, and that works out to be like 37 Canadian or something, I think, or 38, around there. And then there's Strike Force Alpha, which I will not be getting it on. If I do get a couple of those figures, I don't know. I mean, I already have like about 45 figures already coming. So that's a lot of figures. I would like to know out there which Kickstarters you got in on, if you did, or which figures that you ordered, or which figures you will order if you're going to get in on any of these figures that are coming out. Because like Delta17, like, that's fantastic. And you know, like, Carson should talk to fans a little more about, you know, what color schemes to choose. Like, I know he's the boss, but again, like, if you have more interaction with your fans, then your sales and the color schemes for these figures are probably going to be better. But I'm not sure. See, like this orange, that's better than the pink. So hopefully this is what he's going with here. But I mean, it's hard to tell from these figures. You're going to have to go to 3D Joe's. Now the Hawaiian shirt blue, that might look better with a olive green. But I mean, I don't know. But for the Russian, for sure, I don't think blue is a good color scheme. I mean, if you had like a forest green or some sort of color for even black and gray, like that is more befitting of a Russian. Blue just looks, I don't know, unless you're putting them with Cobra. Just that one doesn't go. All the rest look pretty awesome. Like the blue looks good for this one. But again, if you have her in like red and black, that's also awesome. But he's got red and black right there. I mean, yes, it's nice to have more unified figures. So, like, you could use the blue for the water guys. But he's a snake, so green is pretty cool. Even if you did like a camouflage pattern on him. But again, that's just pretty basic. So I have no idea exactly if we're getting 18 figures or 19 figures. But there's needs some clarification if we have to add one to our order or not, or if we can or cannot. I have no idea. We're gonna have to talk to Carson from 3D Joe's and get his opinion on exactly how many figures we're getting if we're all in, because I was all in on this. And maybe Carson can talk to Steve from Delta17 and get his figures moved there to that factory, because it seems like a lot faster. Because if he's not getting his figures produced, you know, then you're going to run into another Chinese New Year's, then you're going to have to wait even longer, then there's going to be even more delays. And like, we've seen the awesome figures from the Delta17 line, and like, they are made fantastic, and they're pretty awesome to get, and you can see the quality, the nice gloss. You know, I know there's a lot of figures that Carson has, so yes, it does take a little longer. I mean, he did promise people like 2023, but you know, there's delays, and then there's just all sorts of crap. And to get this many figures manufactured at a time, it's going to take a lot longer. I mean, some people ask for their money back, but they're going to get it because it all went to the manufacturing costs. So, like in the Navy figures, these are not made as well, but that's why they're probably cheaper. So Operation Recall, there's Strike Force Alpha, which I told you I won't be getting unless I order like a couple figures here and there. Just, you know, it's just too expensive. I mean, to get in on all this. But if you order a little at a time, then it's okay. But like I said, if I was going to order all the Hidden Force, then that's another $481. $81 exactly, plus shipping, plus duty fees. I'm probably going to get nailed with duty fees for whatever I have coming from all these all these action figure lines. Anyways, like Ken from Toy Connection said, this is a action figure renaissance. So anyways, I hope you can tell me which lines you got in on. If you did order any from in the Navy, or any from Delta17, or if you got in on any of those Kickstarters. I mean, I'm in for 45 figures if I order another 13, because I did order a couple extra for Operation Recall. But like I said, I don't know if we're getting 18 or 19, and I think he had a Night Force guy as well. And you know, I don't know if we're getting them. I don't know if that was the bonus figure, so I don't know if we're getting 19 or 18 or what. But there was a bonus figure, and like, it was a Ratello, I think his name is. I don't have the name right in front of me, but I think it was the Night Force one, so I don't know if we're getting that one as well. So I need some clarification from Carson what exactly we're getting from the Kickstarter, because you know, I went all in. And yes, we have to be patient, but oh, it's just taking a long time. So I wish we'd get our figures a little faster, but you know, there's always something, and there's delays, and even now you might get shipping delays. So hopefully Carson can talk to Ken from 3D, Ken from Toy Connections, and Carson from the 3D Joe's. And again, if you have any questions, go to their sites and ask them. But again, I can't wait. I'm excited to get these figures, but you know, we're going to be getting call sign longbow figures sooner. So I hope we get our Operation Recall figures as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, and there's more Delta 17 figures.